What's good, y'all? Today we're gonna do some more weird, crazy TikToks that'll make you think. I like. I've been doing these. I like to watch these. But you gotta take them with a grain of salt. I mean, it might be real, it might not be, but that's what we're here to do is to look and see. But yeah, let's get started.
You're not even ready to imagine the craziness we're in right now. Antarctica is the most mysterious continent in the world. A new theory is so crazy that it could completely change your perception of the Earth. According to this theory, Antarctica is not just a massive ice continent, but rather an enormous ice wall that surrounds all the continents. In 1992, a new world map was created, the Gleason map, which shows Antarctica encircling all our continents. This theory goes even further. Some believe that if we manage to cross this wall, we will encounter numerous other continents deliberately hidden from us by governments.
I don't know. Government lies to us about everything, man. But if there is an ice wall, I want to know what's on the other side of it.
Creepy ocean theory.
Okay.
It is said that humans do not only know 5% of the ocean, but it is said that the government does not want it to be known. Since there are theories that they found beasts or something creepy there, it is said that these creatures are very large that could end our existence.
I don't know. I mean, Titans come from somewhere. I mean, every story's got a little truth in it, I guess.
And I've had to sneeze for this whole video, I'd assume.
It's in your throat somewhere? Is that our vehicle?
Yeah, no, that's not.
Scariest conspiracy theories in the world that will seriously change your life. This shows a list of all the conspiracy theories in the world, from the top, the most well-known, to the bottom, the darkest of the dark, that will change your life. And welcome back, guys. Of course, as you know by now, in this series we're going from the top to the bottom, so I don't even know what part this is, but let's go. I don't like this one. I don't like it. This is Solipsism. Genuinely, if you suffer from paranoia, anxiety, or anything like that, just don't watch this. Like, I actually mean it this time. Right, so you are the only real person. Everyone around you is literally an NPC, so am I. Wait, what? This is what Solipsism is, just have a little read. I believe that only one's mind is actually sure to exist, which is true. The scary thing about this is there is no way to prove or disprove this. Ever, ever, ever. So everything around you is fake, everybody around you is fake, only you are real. When you look at things, when you turn around, things just spawn in. But you are completely alone in this place, and everybody is just your brain's way of making you not feel so alone. Boom. Mind blown. See you in the next one.
No. No. Just no.
These are scary what-if theories. What if everything behind you disappears, but when you look back, it reappears? What if our shadows were warning us about something in the dark because they disappear in it? What if you're the only person left on Earth and everyone and everything around us are just imaginary people and things we've made up so that we...
No.
The original poster claimed to have found something the government would want to keep a secret. He also wanted to be paid $5 million for the rest of the footage to be revealed, but it never did. As it gets deeper, it shows what appears to be a tall figure inside the chambers.
Have you heard of the theory that the Statue of Liberty is actually a statue dedicated to Lucifer? So this is the theory. Look at this painting. On the left, that's a painting of Lucifer in the 17th century. It's a picture of Satan summoning his legion, right? Now this is where it gets creepy. Lucifer is called the light bearer. In Latin, Lucifer means light bringing. The Statue of Liberty is holding a torch, which means it's bearing light, right? Before we jump into details, type amen down below to ward off any evil coming off this video. Now get this. The Statue of Liberty looks like the Colossus of Rhodes, which is a bronze Greek statue that stood about 108 feet tall. It was one of the world's greatest wonders. The Colossus of Rhodes represents something. It is dedicated to the Greek god named Helios, the god of the sun. Now back to the Statue of Liberty. People believe it's dedicated to Satan. I mean, if you look, their faces do look similar. But then again, this is just one big theory. Who knows? Let me know what you think down below.
There's a dark secret to why we celebrate our birthdays. I don't know if it's a conspiracy theory or if it's true, but it blew my mind. So according to the stories and what I've heard, is you know how we chant, happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you. Well, chanting that is actually a ritual against us. Oh, these noodles taste like your mom's booty. And you know how I like your mom's booty. I know it sounds crazy, but hear me out though. You notice how happy birthday is like a chant. You light the candles, turn off a light, you all get in a circle, you start chanting, and then you blow out the candles. Tell me that's not portraying a ritual experience. Now let me tell you what I heard the ritual does. But first, what month and day were you born? Let me know down below. I want to know what sign you are. Me, I was born August 29th, and I'm a Virgo. Anyways, it is said that when we do that, it's a ritual that's sealing our fate to grow older. And that's why some people believe that people who don't celebrate their birthdays tend to look younger than they actually are. Now look, this is all conspiracy, and it's circling around the internet right now. But it's kind of scary to think about.
Scariest conspiracy
Yeah, that's weird. I don't know.
theories in the world that will seriously change your life. This shows all the conspiracy theories in the world, from the most well-known to the darkest of the dark, that will literally change your life. Most of you already know by now, but if you're new here, in this series we're going from the top to the bottom. Today, guys, this is a banger. You won't see life the same, you won't see kids the same, and you probably won't be able to sleep for a long time. So, let's go. This is Rebirth Theory. Probably the biggest theory out there is what happens when you die. One theory for it, believable, and will have you thinking for a long time. For a lot of people who have died and come back to life, you know, people describe the light at the end of the tunnel. So, this links into reincarnation theory as well, actually. What if that light at the end of the tunnel is actually the hospital light? Stay with me, hear me out. It's actually you being born. What do babies do when they come out? They cry. They cry and they scream. So what if the reason you cry and you scream when you come out is because you remember everything that just happened? You remember just dying. You remember seeing the light at the end of the tunnel and now suddenly being alive again, and you know exactly what happens after death, but you can't talk. You can't tell anyone. You're still a baby now. Then what if slowly as you grow up, the memories fade away and you forget everything? We may have all lived tons of lives. We may have been reborn hundreds and hundreds of times, but we won't remember, ever. Only for that faint few seconds when you're first born. Boom.
That makes more sense than most of the stuff I've heard, man. That just blew my mind. But yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, that follow button. It's going to get even crazier.
Do you know the...
Scariest conspiracy theories in the world that will seriously ruin your life. This list shows all the conspiracy theories, from the most normal ones we all know to the darkest of the dark that will change the way you literally see the world. And of course in this series we're going to be going from the top all the way down to the bottom. Come back, let's go for part 2. The Titanic didn't hit an iceberg. So we all know about the Titanic, of course, the really famous ship that sunk, and it's commonly believed that it hit an iceberg. But this might change your mind. This is mental. There was of course survivors of the Titanic, and a lot of them were interviewed. Not one of them mentioned anything about an iceberg. But what's crazy is a few people
at night,
did say
was
that there was
inside
a
the
fire.
ship, so
Interesting.
see the iceberg.
Now go and look at this. Before the ship even set sail, you can see a burn area in the photo. And it's actually the engine and boiler room right there. And if there was a fire in there, that's not ideal. Now, there's a couple of theories I'm going to talk about. The first one was that it never even hit an iceberg at all, but it was actually an inside job done by people such as the Rothschild family, which I will make a video on later in the series. Main theory that is very believable has something to do with this burn mark. Now, the theory is there was a fire on the Titanic before it even set off, and this fire weakened the hull of the boat. Maybe there was an iceberg, but not as big as it's made out to be. Did hit this iceberg, and if there wasn't a fire, it would have been completely fine. Everyone would have just not even realised. But due to the hull and the ship already being weakened from the fire, that's what made it sink. I mean, that's a very believable theory. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. And make sure you hit that follow button, because it's going to get crazier. Obviously.
Yeah, that was crazy.
There's a theory that in Spider-Man No Way Home, Andrew Garfield's character, he stops a canon event from happening. Remember when Tom Holland and Zendaya were on the Eiffel Tower? Or not the Eiffel Tower, sorry, the Statue of Liberty? Zendaya fell from the Statue of Liberty, ready to die, just like all the other canon events of each Spider-Man when Gwen Stacy falls and dies, right? Just like, that's what happened in Into the Spider-Verse 2. Where they can't stop a canon event from happening, or else it will fuck the whole timeline and deadass just destroy the universe. Andrew Garfield, not being from Tom Holland's universe, saved Zendaya stopping the canon event, and he probably fucked up the timeline. It makes sense now because Into the Spider-Verse 2 came out. They talk about canon events.
So if that never happened, there would probably not even be another movie type shit.
Or like something crazy is gonna happen now. Something crazy is gonna happen now.
Here's another video that's blowing people's minds.
This shit's changing different shapes, bro. It's just a circle. Look. It's just hovering.
Scariest conspiracy theories in the world that will seriously change your life. Welcome back, guys. I'm going to say this one is crazy. I seriously mean it. Just how? Now, if you're easily scared, just keep on scrolling right now because this will change the way you see the world, like genuinely. If not, though, let's kick off the video. I think it's like part 13 or 12, I don't know. Let's go. Right, so this is something called Last Thursdayism. Now, I know it sounds just really weird, doesn't it? And I mean, to be honest with you, it is. But it's crazy at the same time. So basically, the theory is that the past never actually happened. The universe was created last Thursday. Literally, just the universe was created like last week. And yeah, we've pretty much been living for like a week. Now, don't scroll because this is where it gets really crazy. From this part, there are pretty much two theories in which you can take. So I'm going to explain both. First one, we actually have no concept of time, obviously. Someone made time, someone made the calendar. You know, there is of course no physical evidence that today is Monday or whatever, and there's no physical evidence of the time and whatever. No, someone pretty much made it up. So, we pretty much have no concept of time. Meaning there's no proof there's like 57 weeks a year or whatever. The universe could have been created pretty much last week, if that's how time works. Confusing but makes sense in a way. Now this one is the crazy one that will seriously blow your mind. So this is basically the theory that the universe was literally created last Thursday. Like literally last Thursday. And this will seriously trip you out. It's basically believed that the universe was created last Thursday. And all of our memories and stuff were literally just planted into our brain from then. Making it feel like we've been alive for years and years when we haven't actually. Maybe this cycle just keeps on repeating and repeating, putting us into different dimensions or whatever. Or maybe it's happened just once and it makes us feel like we've been alive for like however long you've been alive. But actually it's only been 1 week. Mental.
You just made me mental. No.
Scariest conspiracy theories in the world that will seriously change your life. Part 15. I'm sure by now you are aware that this right here represents all the scariest conspiracy theories in the world. From the least scary to the scariest of the scary. This today is crazy. Like, crazy. So, let's go. There is also new evidence for this, so if you think you've seen something similar, you haven't because there's new stuff. So, let's do it. Of course, we all know Michael Jackson, of course, he tragically died. Or did he? Now to start off with, why do people believe that he is still alive? Well, this is why. To start with, when Michael died, no one was there to actually physically prove it. No one actually saw it.
Not dreaming, don't wake me up, not dreaming. Past times, and now hold me down.
Scariest conspiracy theories in the world that will seriously change your life. This right here is a list of all the conspiracy theories in the world, ranked from the ones that we all know to the darkest of the dark that will literally change the way you see the world. And in this series, of course, we're going to be going from the top to the bottom. So, yeah. As always, if you're easily scared, keep on scrolling and don't watch this series, but if you're here for the long run, let's go. Right, part 2. This is dream theory, or often referred to as alternate perception. Now, trust me, this is wild and so confusing. So you know when you have a lucid dream and you can literally control everything that's happening in your dream, it's like real life. You not even realise you're dreaming, you may be doing things you just do in your everyday life. It's crazy, yeah? So this is where the theory comes in that we're actually switch. Now, let me explain. Stay with me because this is confusing. So the theory is, what we're in right now, you know, you sitting there watching this TikTok, me recording this, you sitting in bed, whatever you're doing, is actually the dream world. So we're all actually dreaming right now, and then when we go to bed and dream, that's the real world. Like we've basically just done a little switch our genome. It's crazy and hella confusing, but if you actually think about it, can control some of our dreams, that's known. Our dreams sometimes feel so real you don't even know you're dreaming, so it is possible that there is another alternate consciousness. Make sure you hit that follow button because it is about to get messed up.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Scariest conspircy theories in the world that will seriously change your life. So as we know, this right here shows all of the world's scariest conspiracy theories. As I'm sure you know, in this series we'll be going through from the least scary to the ones that will literally change your life. So once again, if you're easily scared, do not watch this video, just keep on scrolling, trust me. Now with that said, let's kick off part 7. Stuff is about to get mental. Right, so this one is to do with NASA, I mean, pretty obvious. Now, of course, we all know NASA, big space company. Well, actually, I don't think you do. So what you probably didn't realise was that NASA actually started out by looking into the oceans and exploring Earth. They had nothing to do with space. Because, you know, only 3 to 4% of the oceans have been discovered, so they wanted to explore it. But stay with me, it gets mental. So now, of course, we all know them as a space company, so what happened? Well, literally, overnight they went from exploring our Earth and the oceans to exploring space and wanting to get us all off of Earth as quickly as possible. So what the hell did they see during their investigations in the ocean that made them want to get us off of the Earth? Now make sure you hit that follow button because, I mean, stuff's only going to get crazier. Scariest conspiracy theories that will seriously change your life. So in this series, of course, we're going through the different theories, from the least scary to the most disturbing of the disturbing.
Like 15 minutes
now, as I've said before, if you're easily scared, just keep on scrolling, but I mean, let's kick off part 3. This is where stuff gets properly weird. So today is the theory of, are we all dead? You, me, your parents, we're all dead. Yeah, what? That makes no sense. Stick with me. Right, so it's actually proven that when we die, our brains still have around 7 or 8 minutes left of activity. And then, of course, there's the other theory, which is your life flashes before your eyes when you die. So you pretty much see your entire life after you've died. Stick with me. If you combine these two, we get a very messed up picture, but a very believable one in a way. So we know that there is a 7 or 8 minutes, and when you're in this, there is no concept of time. So that 7 or 8 minutes could feel like years and years and years. But you wouldn't know it because, well, you're dead. So what if your life does flash before your eyes in those 7 or 8 minutes? And we are all actually dead in those 7 or 8 minutes right now laying in a hospital bed somewhere. And we are literally just re-watching our entire lives. And it feels like years and years, like it's really real, but it's actually just in those 7 or 8 minutes, but we have no concept of time, so we don't realise it. Really messed up, isn't it? But it is possible. So what if maybe the world ended years ago, or 7 or 8 minutes ago, and we are all actually dead somewhere just re-watching our entire lives? Messed up, isn't it? Messed up. Now make sure to hit that follow button so you never miss a part.
Yeah, that hurt my brain. Man, I hope not. That hurt my brain. No more you today. Mexico, Egypt, Indonesia.
These are scary cartoon truths that'll terrify you. Part 17. Okay, so Garfield is actually hallucinating from starving to death. Garfield seems like your normal house cat, but he eats 10 times his body weight and still feels hungry. Normal house cats can do that if they're starving to death. Garfield was actually abandoned by John long ago, and he's slowly starving to death while hallucinating the memories of a more comfortable life. This theory was even shown in the 1989 Garfield Halloween special. Garfield wakes up to find the house empty, then looks outside to find the windows boarded up and the grass overgrown. This is so traumatic to Garfield that he forces himself back into the hallucination, and the never-ending cycle continues.
There's also a conspiracy theory about a movie that came out recently too, The Sound of Freedom. That whole thing is trying to give awareness about child right? There's theories, everyone who's gone into movies to watch it, the movie theaters have teamed up.
They stopped it.
Yeah, trying not to sell tickets, trying not for people to watch it.
Yeah.
I've seen one where it's like, oh, the person tries to buy tickets, they said it's fully sold out. Goes in the movie theater, nobody there.
There's no one in here. And then it said that they were sold out.
Another one. The guy comes in, he's like, oh, we have to download the movie. It's gonna take an hour. We can give you your movie back. Like, you guys can walk out. Fam,
They're like
that never happens.
They're trying to stop them from watching it.
Exactly. And the two main ones they have been doing, turn off the AC so it's hot as hell in there.
Oh, word.
And then,
Just to let you guys know again, it is gonna get hot. It is gonna be like that throughout the whole movie.
So why is it only this one though, not all the other ones?
the movies usually,
Yeah,
dim
yeah.
the lights when it goes on. The lights stay on the whole time. And people complain.
So they don't want to stay there and watch the whole thing. There's a deeper conspiracy onto that.
What do you think about Elon Musk?
Let's check that movie out.
Hello.
The fuck? Part llama.
She wants to come in this on.
Part goat.
Rihanna made a horrible mistake at her halftime show by reinforcing the crazy conspiracy theory that the Super Bowl is actually a live satanic ritual hosted by the elites to show off their power and influence to the peasants watching. And that every year the performer must flash the crowd a demonic or evil symbol of the Illuminati if they want to perform. Beyonce put up the same exact symbol to the crowd at her Super Bowl halftime show and was all over the news the next day for it.
Conspiracy theorists believe that Beyonce signaled that she's part of a secret society bent on world domination.
Some claim that's just the Rock Nation symbol, but why would other celebrities who aren't affiliated with Rock Nation at all flash it? Stop making excuses for them! At Justin Timberlake's 2018 show, he had a giant silhouette of Satan laughing at the crowd with his tail. They played it off like a guy playing the guitar. At Madonna's 2012 show, she was moving her body to show symbolism and wearing the Illuminati owl crown on her head. This was insane. J-Lo's costume was showing this evil satanic goat and she was showing the horns with her head too. Look at her costume though. You can't tell me those are two eyes and a nose and then antlers going up. The Weeknd's dancers are literally wearing such similar outfits to the exact same ones they would do in a satanic ritual. You can't tell me that whole thing didn't look demonic as hell. Literally. Before I show you the craziest part, make sure you follow so you finally know the craziest conspiracy theories about each of these celebrities and be in the know and request who you want to see next. Have you ever wondered why the Super Bowl is even called the Super Bowl? Because if you just move over the B, it actually spells superb owl, which is the... Seriously though, the same exact demonic owl that Madonna was wearing on her head and one of the main species of animals that symbolizes satanic worship.
What makes the water act like this?
Yeah.
My GF has an ex who passed away in an unsolved accident. Today she told me about how killers often keep trophies. Should I be concerned?
Did you ever hear about the Grand Canyon theory?
No.
So the Grand Canyon, one of the world's wonders. There's a theory that the Grand Canyon holds something that none of us knew was there. So back in the 1850s, right? The Grand Canyon was used to mine gold. When people started mining it, the gold index crashed because they found so much gold there. Now what happened was the government and the military, they closed it off and they made it a sanctuary so that nobody can just go there and then take whatever they want. There was this one guy, his name was Seth Tanner, and he was an explorer. He explored this one cave and he claims what he saw was ancient Egyptian hieroglyphics in one of the caves.
Oh, what did it say?
The Grand Canyon, it actually holds the lost city of El Dorado.
What?
Like, you know, the lost gold city of El Dorado.
Yeah, the whole city.
The whole city. So if you think about it, it's never found. That ancient tale that all of the natives talk about, the lost city, and the reason the government and the world is trying to keep it a secret is because it would crash the gold price.
Wow.
You're not even ready to imagine.
Yeah, I like that. Some of it was weird, but some of it hurt my brain, man. Some of it was scary, man, for real. It got me thinking, but yeah, if y'all like these, man, hit the like, hit that sub, man. It takes my channel a long ways, man. I'll try to do more of these. I'll try to find some better ones. For some reason, one guy was in the whole video, but yeah, man. Till next time, y'all. Peace.